We stand with you. That's why we're here. We stand with you. We support you.
Thank y'all for supporting me. Because nobody else wanted to hear my story except for people that know me and people that know I would never do anything like that. I would never harm anybody. I'm not a fighter. I'm not even confrontational. I wouldn't even do that on purpose. And I thank y'all for believing in me, and I love y'all.
Let's talk about childhood narcissism, bullying, using weapons, lack of accountability, the juvenile system. Hey guys, this is Jacolia of Jacolia Gems. Thank you for once again coming back home to view my channel. If you happen to be new here, welcome. I definitely hope you hear something today that will persuade you to stay. Now, if you have not already done so, exactly what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, and share it to your social media platforms. So y'all, I ain't gonna lie, this whole story is a little triggering for me for multiple reasons. You know, it's just some things that I still gotta heal from. Having complex post-traumatic stress disorder and hypervigilance. So first and foremost, I'm gonna say my daughter ran track, and there is no way that this was an accident. This don't happen, and you have to have some type of force behind to even bust somebody in the head to give them a concussion with the baton. With the track and field baton, even with a majorette baton, because I you know, my big cousin did majorettes, and I used to like flip the baton. My big sister was a captain, and I used to teach the girls how to do the, you know, the batons or whatever. I was very, 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 very good at that. You have to have some type of force. She reached behind her head. Like, I'm a mama. I done whooped a kid before. That's that good wind up when I'm about to beat your butt because you done did something and I've been talking to you a little bit too much. That's when you retch around here. You want me to retch around here and holler off and pop you? That's what my mom used to say when she would be driving a car. Me and my big sister be in the back seat acting a donkey. And she be want me to reach around there and holler off and pop. She reached around her head and she hauled off and she popped that child. And it's the fact that this is how childhood narcissism ends up developing. And we can't diagnose the baby. You know, we ain't set her down. We ain't evaluated her. We just gonna go based off of some things, all right? Her frontal lobe is not even finished fully developing. Her mama and her daddy are some mother goofies. They some mother goofies. There's no way around it. I would just love to be a fly in the walls of that home. I'ma just say that I assume that it's violent. I'm going to say that I assume that it lacks accountability. I'm going to say that it comes with a lack of self-control. I'm going to say that household is full of, if you are not winning, do whatever it is that you can do in order to get ahead. That's what that looks like. This is classic gaslighting to the public, 101. Her daddy probably be telling her mama, now you gonna believe them women, you gonna believe your eyes or you gonna believe me. When she find condoms in the house or text messages in the phone or, you know, something like that. Or possibly vice versa. Because female narcissism is not talked about enough. The reason that this is triggering for me is because, unfortunately, I fought a lot. And I'm saying I had to fight a lot. When she laughed and said, I'm not even a fighter. I know girls like her. Y'all are never fighters. The girls that use the weapons are rarely the fighters. And the girls that use the weapons who can fight, it's because they realize that they running into somebody that can dust them. I've never used a weapon a day in my life. I've never wanted to fight a day in my life. So somebody saying I'm not a fighter, that does not indicate the level of violence that you would go to. It goes into a level of, I don't want to say social apathy or psychopath. You know when y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So when just because somebody is not a physical fighter don't mean that they are not still prone to violence. A lot of times those people are actually prone to higher levels of violence because they have to implement the usage of outside forces in order to gain a sense of power and a sense of control. In high school, it was a group of girls who were infamous for jumping on people. I mean, jumping them, putting them in hospitals. A group of girls. Unbeknownst to me, one day I'm walking down the hallway. Actually, let's back up. One day I'm walking down the hallway, and my blood cousin, who I didn't know was my blood cousin, we didn't know we were cousins. We walking down a long hallway, opposite way of each other. And then this other girl walking down the middle. This other girl in the middle was one of them girls that's used to jumping on people. We never had any type of words, but I knew that shorty ain't really like me like that. I just figured because she was a fighter that if it was real friction that we would just tussle and it would just be over with, because it was always confusing to me. She coming down the hallway and she was like, yeah, and if her cousin want it, she can get it too. So me and the other girl, who I now know, we are blood cousins. And it was a blessing. Me and my grandma just got done talking about it. It was a blessing that me and my blood cousin Jasmine did not know we was cousins in high school. Not for us. Because I was by myself a problem. So we look at each other and it's kind of like, okay. Lo and behold, we both get the same story because it's our cousin. So whole time, our blood cousin, we gonna call her D, get into it with my cousin on my mama's side of the family. Now, my cousin on my mama's side of the family, her little brother is my blood cousin. My mama first cousin, married her mama. They had a baby, a little boy. So she the big sister. So that's my cousin. Her little brother is my cousin by blood, but that's my cousin. So both of my cousins are into it. I don't know. I don't have no idea. I don't really talk to neither one of them like that. You know? So instead of my cousin on my mama's side of the family fighting my cousin on my daddy's side of the family and getting off the CTA bus like she told her to, she like, you want to fight, you want to squabble, we can do this. Mind you, my cousin on my daddy's side of the family is on the bus by herself. Okay? I ain't gonna say that she a heavy stepper. I'm gonna just say that she ain't never been scared. This cousin on my mama's side of the family has a history of being scared. So my cousin on my daddy's side of the family, like, if you want to fight, step off the bus. Y'all say how come the girl that was walking down the hallway actually ended up busting my cousin in the head to the white meat with a crowbar. I had no idea. So when this young lady is walking down the hallway talking about if her cousin wants it, she can get it. And when it gets back to me that my cousin got busted in the head to the white meat and she got jumped on, this forms a level of hypervigilance in me, unseen and unknown to mankind. And I'm just gonna tell y'all like this. I was already a sickly child ever since the age of 10, being out of the hospital. I was never confrontational. Like when I say I was never confrontational. I was never like, no, I'm not going to say I wasn't confrontational. I'm a very conversational person. Like if you was talking crazy, I'm going to come up to you and I'm going to ask you like, did you say do this person? Like, let's all sit down and talk. I noticed that your attitude is switching up. So confrontational like that. But I'm not a confrontational person where I'm not messy. I don't like, it's just certain stuff I don't like. So for me, I'm already in a fight for my life because I'm a physically ill person. Sophomore, junior year high school, I'm in and out of the hospital. So now it's rumors going around that I'm going to be jumped by this group of girls who put my cousin in the hospital. And what begins to happen with girls like the one who hit that child in the head, she becomes a danger to other girls. I don't believe that this is juvenile. Not in my opinion. And it's due to the fact that these girls be in high school using weapons and physically harming and damaging people and putting them in a hospital, and there are never any repercussions. But say, if the young lady who got hit in the head, if she got a cousin and she squabble up on them, you get what I'm saying? It would ruin the cousin's high school career. If this got violent, things would fall at the victim's feet like it did for me. Because what ended up happening was, rumors started to spread, Terry, you finna get jumped. They say they gonna do this to you, they gonna do that to you. I say, oh. She say she gonna do what? I'm trying to see. Like, what? You know where I'm at. You know where I be. I be right there on Addison and Central. Whole time, no, I'm not finna get jumped. I go home, I say my mom and daddy, like, well, bam, this is what happened. These goofies bust Diddy in the head with, crowbar. They got a reputation for jumping on people. They, we walk the bam. So what I'm going to do, my daddy asked me, he said, what you going to do? I said, I'm going to take them out one by one. And I said, I'm honestly not even going to have to take them out one by one. I'm going to catch one, and I'm going to do her so dirty that don't nobody else want no problems. And because I caught the one, but the one was already talking crazy, and I asked her, why are you talking? What's going on? Do you want to fight? Because there's a lack of filter between my brain and my fight or flight receptors. And we see what my trauma response was. I don't fight no more. I'm non-violent. I'm Islam. So me and her already had friction. Your friend jumping my cousin to the head with the white meat. And now, after high school, these behaviors continue in the woman. I'm not saying now, but I do know for a fact she hit somebody in the head with a bottle at a restaurant. Things like this child right here, if her behavior goes unchecked, she can end up hospitalizing someone again or unaliving them. And I'm not sure why we are so lost on that. But then when you have someone who's in a victim situation and they begin to take back power and take over control, and then they end up beating a bloody dog mess out of somebody and breaking their nose off of one hit, they're the ones that end up with the arrest record. They're the ones that when they go to work at the airport or get a federal job or something comes up, their record comes up. They're the ones that got to go and try to get their record expunged because it's assault and batteries on there. My daddy wouldn't let me box. And I had a passion for boxing. I wanted to be an organized, lightweight, golden glove, knockout boxer. My father would not let me box because he told me, principal, the disciplinarian, the police, what Tiara is doing to these girls. If she gets formal training, she will end up being an absolute problem. My father was in fear for my future, and now as an adult, he says that he regrets not allowing me to box because it would have taught me some discipline. I was end up in ROTC and everything else like that. And mama, I didn't lack discipline. My discipline was tactical. See, in tactical warfare, you etch out your enemies. You sniff them out. You see what they doing. You see their strategies. You see their patterns, and you go in for the kill. They lack discipline. I knew how to keep my hands to myself. It's always a flipping of the tables. When the violence that the victim begets outweighs the violence of the predator. This child and her parents are example of how childhood narcissism ends up developing and turning into sociopathic and psychopathic behavior without any remorse. This is crazy. This is Chicolia lying.